Now, from the station on your side, you're watching WAVY News 10 on Fox 43.
A woman says she tried to scare off two would-be robbers.
I just shot again, and I yelled at him, "Don't come back."
But now she's the one that's facing charges.
Only on 10, Congressman Scott Ridgel sits down with our Andy Fox, and he doesn't hold back about what he thinks about Donald Trump.
If I could isolate all the character deficiencies I see in him, which is really impossible to do.
Plus, a local firefighter who's spent the last 3 decades helping others now needs your help to stay alive.
If nothing else, maybe this will spark somebody to think about this, not for me, for somebody else.
First at 7, we start with breaking news out of Norfolk. Police are investigating a shooting on Lavalette Avenue.
That's in the city's Riverview neighborhood near the Virginia Zoo. Officers say paramedics took the victim to the hospital with what appears to be life-threatening injuries. We're working to learn more about what led up to the shooting. Stay with us for the latest.
And thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Deanna LeBlanc.
And I'm Laura Queso. Well, it's turning out to be a rainy night. You can see that on Tower Cam 10 and on Super Doppler 10 radar here.
And meteorologist Deirdre Tate is tracking that wet weather moving in. Deirdre, what's the latest?
Hey there. Well, we're definitely tracking the scattered showers. They will eventually begin to taper off over the next couple of hours or so, but we do have just the scattered variety around town. Here's a view of the south side and portions of the peninsula. As you can see, around Hampton, you have some rain also throughout portions of Suffolk and Chesapeake and Virginia Beach. We have some moderate to heavy rain. Here's a tighter view here around Hickory. You're dealing with some moderate rain. Same deal for Great Bridge. It's more steady over your area. We have some wet weather sitting on top of Kempsville in terms of a cluster of more moderate rain. That's going to continue to slide east across the northern portions of Virginia Beach. And then looking up north into the eastern shore, we have some spotty showers for you around Melfa. Same deal for the middle peninsula. And then down into North Carolina, you've had rain all day, especially around the Outer Banks. But for right now, it is just very sporadic. So keep the umbrella handy through the evening. As far as temperatures right now, we're at 49 degrees in Norfolk, 47 for Wakefield. It is 44 in Wallops Island, with 50 coming in for Elizabeth City. And as we work our way through tonight, we're expecting temperatures to eventually fall in the metro to right around 40. We'll go 42 in Norfolk, and again, the showers will be tapering off by midnight. Stay tuned. We have very cold air to talk about and some showers. Some of that could be a little wintry. More details coming up.
All right, Deirdre, thank you. Now let's get into the top 7 at 7. A woman says she was protecting her property, but now she faces charges for shooting a 19-year-old.
Yeah, this all happened at her home yesterday in Kill Devil Hills. Amy Brewer says she heard what sounded like someone trying to break into her home on Mitchell Court. She picked up her gun and went outside. That's when she says she saw 2 men running out of her yard, and she fired twice.
When they told me that I had hit one of the boys in the leg, somehow in my mind, I guess I figured it was his calf. But then when they told me I had hit him in the thigh, I cried all night.
Nathan Bean lives in Manio. He got out of the hospital today, and his parents say they don't know why he was outside Brewer's home. Officers charged her with assault with a deadly weapon. She's since bonded out.
At number 2 tonight, Takiara Lewis White will spend 24 years behind bars for a crash that killed 2 little girls. Police say she was going over 100 miles an hour when she lost control on a 264 exit ramp. 8-year-old Destiny and 5-year-old Shanta Wilson died. Their mother says she's disappointed the judge did not decide to sentence Lewis White to the 39 years recommended by the jury. The driver's 1-year-old son was also in the car when it crashed. He survived. At number 3, a local school board member is being asked to step down.
It's after her husband was charged with receiving child pornography. Several members of the Williamsburg-James City County School Board want Sandra Young to resign. Her husband, Charles, was charged with child pornography last month. I spoke with Young on the phone today. She said she has no comment. An online petition has 59 supporters asking for Young to step down.
Right now, Norfolk City councilors are meeting, and Treasurer Anthony Burfoot is top of mind for some. We expect some council members to discuss if there's any way to remove Burfoot from office. Friday, a jury found him guilty of 6 counts of federal corruption charges relating to his time spent on council. Burfoot is set to be sentenced in April. He will appeal and could remain out on bond. Burfoot's attorney says his client will only step down if a judge orders it. Now, if recall efforts fail, Burfoot could remain treasurer until his term expires in November.
School bus drivers in Virginia Beach think there is a driver shortage in Hampton Roads. They've started a petition to raise their pay to $17 an hour. Virginia Beach schools say they have enough drivers but not enough subs. Bus drivers say higher pay raise could attract more subs. Right now, beach bus drivers are paid $13 an hour, higher than 3 other nearby districts. The petition will go to the school board next week and the city council in January.
At number 6, outgoing Republican Congressman Scott Ridgel sat down for a one-on-one with our Andy Fox. Ridgel leaves office in January after serving 3 terms. During the election, the congressman was an outspoken critic of President-elect Trump, and he told Andy today he still hasn't changed his mind.
I've always said there's not one character trait in him that I would want my son to emulate. Not one.
Later on in our newscast, hear what Ridgel's thoughts are on Trump's pick for Secretary of State.
Finally, tonight, a chilling insight into the final moments of the doomed cargo ship El Faro. It sunk last year during Hurricane Joaquin. All 33 crew members were killed, including 2 local men. Federal investigators released a transcript of the ship's audio recorder. It details how the captain and crew thought they would make it around the storm, but they just couldn't escape it. At one point, the second mate says, quote, "This storm keeps trying to follow us." This story wraps up your Top 7 at 7.